Yo, what is up guys? Izzy here, back with another video, and today, yeah, I know, it's been a while since we actually made a Warframe video, so today, I'm kind of actually excited to make this video, because it's been a really long time since I've made a Warframe build video, so I do apologize for a little bit, out of loop or anything like that. But anyways, I was having this idea for a while to make a revisit video about Trinity, because I actually did want to kind of showcase a similar build that I have for her currently that I think that works way better than what I've had in this channel previously, because of the fact that it's a lot more efficient to build. Since I've been playing Warframe for 6 years, Warframe has been out for like what, 8-9 years maybe, and I mean, it's been a long time. There has been a lot of mods being released throughout this time. That makes some of these builds kind of outdated. So I really wanted to go ahead and revisit some of them. Now, today on this video, we are going to go ahead and cover the 2 builds that I've had for Trinity previously. Now, with that said, I do also want to let you guys know that I am currently streaming on Twitch as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and catch me live, follow me in the description below. My name is Izzy there as well, so it shouldn't really be too hard to find me, but the link is going to be in the description so you guys can click on it. I would greatly appreciate the follows. We play Warframe, Genshin, and Pokemon content, as well as pretty much anything else that I'm feeling like playing at the moment. But anyway guys, with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Now, let's go ahead and start off with Blessed Trinity. Now, Blessed Trinity is maybe one of the most situational ones, since usually the one that you refer to the most when you want a Trinity on your team, it is the EV Trin. However, Blessed Trinity has 2 really good benefits to her whenever you're running her on a team comp. Now, she does have damage reduction and instant heals, but she also does have kind of like a third benefit to her, but it really only benefits her more than anything else, honestly. The reason why I say this is because currently the only way that you would be able to use EV or energy at all for your Blessed Trinity is by being as close as possible to actually kiss your enemy. Like, you literally have to be so close to your opponent in order to get some of the energy back. But killing the enemy that is affected by the energy ability for her does give out a huge burst of energy, which is mainly where you're going to get your energy from. Now, with that said, she is not in no way, shape, or form capable of keeping your team with their energy cage full. So it's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the build. Now, as for the aura slot, this could be anything that really uses the polarity. Honestly, I use Physique because I do want to have a little bit more of survivability with Trinity. I don't want to run Rejuvenation because Rejuvenation is kind of redundant when you can actually just instant heal your whole team and yourself. So there's really no need for you to use this. Now, with that said, the amount of power strength that you're going to need on your Trinity, you'll only need the Power Drift, Intensify, and Augur Secret. That will give you enough power strength for you to be able to go ahead and have 75% damage reduction, and with everything else, the Augur Message, Narrow-Minded, and Prime Continuity will give you enough duration to at least last about 20 to 25 seconds. Now, Vitality and Adaptation are used for survivability, as Trinity, as you may know, is a very frail Warframe. So, not having Adaptation or Vitality could be an issue. The reason why I don't use something like Quick Thinking for Blessed Trinity is the fact that you're using a lot of energy already by using Bless itself. So this is a very efficient way of building Trinity, as this provides you with enough power strength and enough power duration in order to keep your buff active for a good chunk of time, and also it provides you with enough power strength in order for you to be able to go ahead and have the maximum amount of damage reduction. As a reminder, Bless does have a 50-meter range that's completely static, so it doesn't get affected by anything like negative range or positive range. You really don't need any of that at all for Blessed Trin, Now, what does matter with range will be the energy ability, but that's really not gonna matter for Trinity because Blessed Trinity is not trying to run any energy. The only benefit from the energy ability for Trinity specifically would just be to get energy for herself, and she could get it by just killing a close by enemy. Now, with the Blessed Trinity build out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the Energy Vampire Trinity. Now, Energy Vampire Trinity is probably one of the more common ones that you would see people actually asking for, if she ever gets asked for at all. I mean, she really doesn't get the love that she used to, so I wouldn't really be surprised that anyone at all plays her. But anyways, in this build, you will see that I don't have max Transient Fortitude. Now, the reason why I don't have max Transient Fortitude, and I can explain, is this is actually recorded, and this screenshot, okay, so this is recorded from my alt account, and the screenshot is also from my alt account on PC, and I literally okay guys, I literally started on April, alright? I'm sorry, I try to be as sweaty as possible with Warframe, but it's to an extent, alright? I didn't have enough credits to actually max out Transient Fortitude. I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry. But anyways, that's besides the point. Anyways, as for any energy vampire build, you want to have as much negative power duration as possible, which is why you run Transient Fortitude and a maxed out fleeting expertise. As for the reason that you're running negative power duration is because this makes the ticks of energy vampire happen much often, because they have to tick all their ticks basically in the duration that they have, and since you have very little duration, it'll basically do all the ticks at once. And not exactly at once, but pretty rapidly. Now, with this build, it gives you a lot of range, it gives you a lot of power strength, which is enough. I honestly think that this is enough power strength. Anything above this power strength is actually overdoing it, and I mean, good for you if you're overdoing that, that's totally fine. But there's literally no Warframe in this damn game that needs that much duration in just a couple of ticks. Like, it's actually wild that you would think that you would need that much energy. Like, it's just not really something that you need at all. This is enough. This is enough. As for the additional things that Trinity does do for the team, aside from providing you with energy, the fact that you're running Vampire Leech, which is her augment, this gives you overshields. And the amount of overshields that this gives you is absolutely fucking wild. Now, the reason why I think this is a good thing is because, I mean, when have you ever received overshields and thought, wow, I really wish I didn't get these overshields because they're actually getting in the way of my screen? Never. Like, really, you would always want to have overshields because it's coverage for you, unless you're a Warframe that absolutely needs to get damaged in order to get energy. But oh wait, that's no problem, because you do have an energy vampire Trinity in your team providing you with energy. It's a win-win situation. There's literally no way that you can tell me that it's a bad thing to have overshoot. Another really neat thing about EV Trinity that I personally think it's over Blessed Trinity is the fact that her Bless is still in effect. Even though you don't have the power duration, you still have the instant heals. So not only are you providing your team with overshields and energy, but you're also instantly healing them. And that, I honestly can't think of anything negative to say about Energy Vampire Trinity. Anyways, that's pretty much the build. As you guys can see, I am running Gladiator Resolve because that is less space on my Warframe, and I am also running Physique because there is literally no reason for you to run Rejuvenation on her, because again, you are instantly healing your whole team, as long as of course they're in that 50-meter range. But anyways, that doesn't matter. I am running overextended since that does give me a lot of range, and like I said, you really don't need too much range on this build in order to perform. Now, I am running overextended as my only range mod for this build. The reason as to why I'm only running overextended is because I believe that 47-meter range is more than enough. Anything that's further away from 47 meters is just not wanting your energy, bro. Now, do note that the range is based off the location of the enemy that you're casting the ability on. So if you're casting it from afar, but you're casting it on an enemy that's near your allies, they're still going to be receiving the overshields and the energy. So it really doesn't matter how much range you actually have on her, so long as you have enough to cast the ability close to the enemies that they're in, they'll be fine. And when I say it doesn't matter, it does really matter how much range you have, but having just one mod like Overextended is way more than enough, because you're really not going to need more range than that, honestly. Again, these builds, remember that these builds are more so for you to be able to build these warframes to the most effective way possible. And when I say the most effective way possible, I'm not talking about min-maxing. I'm talking about Forma consumption and anything really consumption. As you can see, like the most of these mods aren't really anything at all costly. Only like transient fortitude and adaptation, and also of course narrow-minded. Now I'm also running adaptation on this build as well. Now the reason why I'm running adaptation on this build is because even though you do have overshields, you are gaining the damage reduction from the adaptation mod, so I think it's a neat way to stack the damage reduction. So if you don't want to put it on there, you can stack anything else that you would like in it. It doesn't really matter. But I personally think that adaptation is a really good mod to have on your Trinity. Again, Trinity is a very frail warframe, but you can also run things like a quick thinking build with potentially something like rage. But I don't really think that you need rage at all, since you are an energy vampire. But you do you. But yeah, that's pretty much the builds I have for Trinity currently. These run no Forma at all, so you can run them as you please. But anyway guys, that's going to be the builds for Trinity. I hope you guys did like this video, and maybe, just maybe, I get you to use Trinity once. If you haven't used her before, if you have, did you find these videos helpful at all? Or if you have already a Trinity build that's really good, I would love to see it. You can go ahead and comment in the comment section below. I would love to see you guys' builds or your thoughts on the builds that I've shown you today, and hopefully I can get someone to play Trinity at all in one of my teams, or anyone else's team really. But anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoy the series. I will have a couple of more videos up. I don't know how soon, honestly, but I'll try to have it as soon as possible. Basically, I want to revisit pretty much every Warframe that I have on this channel already reviewed, except for maybe things like Titania and Nova, because I've already touched on them pretty recently, and their builds have been pretty much untouched since. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, subscribe for more Warframe, Pokemon, and Genshin content, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace! Second hand takes away